is just a regular plain men's size medium t-shirt. Obviously it's camo print. It's in really good condition, but I got it for $3.99 at a thrift store called Savers. You can use whatever t-shirt you want. Just make sure it's at least a medium sized men's shirt. You kind of just need it to be a big t-shirt because you want a lot of fabric to work with. So it can be size medium or larger. And this is the finished product of this project that we're going to be making out of the camo shirt. It is a two-piece set. It's kind of like a sports bra type top and then some high-waisted stretchy shorts to go with it. And this entire outfit was just made out of one medium-sized t-shirt. You don't need any additional fabric. You don't need any additional elastic or anything like that. You just need the t-shirt, some scissors, some willpower, and a sewing machine. A lot of people ask me how they can do my DIYs without a sewing machine because I guess a lot of you guys don't have one. You can use things like fabric glue instead of sewing. I always say that a sewing machine really is your best option unless you're really good at sewing by hand, or if you can make it work with fabric glue, that works too. But really for something like making shorts, you really do need to use a sewing machine. So if you're a beginner, this project might be a little too difficult for you, but I still think it's doable. Just make sure you listen to my instructions carefully and don't be afraid to mess up. You might want to start on a practice shirt first before trying it on your actual shirt, just in case you mess up if you're a beginner. So you want to lay your shirt out flat, and the first step is to trace the top portion of the outfit. And I'm using a pre-existing crop top that I actually made myself, but I traced it from a tank top that I actually got from the store that I knew already fit me. That way I already knew what shape to draw onto the shirt. And you want to make sure that you don't make your crop top too long because you want to leave the bottom half of the shirt available to make the shorts. So even though this is already a crop top, it's actually this long, and this length would be about right down to my belly button, but that's too big and it takes up too much of the shirt. So I am folding it up to be more of a bra rather than a crop top, just because I don't have that much material to work with, so I need to save space, so I am making this a bra. So I'm folding this up, and this is going to be the shape of my top. And if you don't have a crop top, you can always just use a regular tank top and just fold it like I just did. So you want to work with something that's about this long and this shape so that you're leaving about this much space at the bottom to make your shorts. If you don't leave enough space at the bottom, you're going to run out of fabric for your shorts. That's why I say you should do a practice shirt first, just because it's kind of a trial and error thing, and you kind of need to try it just to see exactly how everything needs to go. So it's always good to do a practice one. So you're just going to trace around your pattern, and you can make it however you want. Just don't plan on using the sleeves for your top because you are going to use the sleeves for your shorts. So it does need to be a tank top, but you can make it have thick straps, thin straps. You can make it a racer back. You can make it a high neckline, a low neckline. However you want this top area to be, that's up to you, but just make sure you don't make it too long. And I'm just going to cut it out through both layers because you do need a front and a back, obviously. And after you cut it out, the only sewing you really need to do for the top is sew the sides together. Make sure you put your fabric pieces right sides together, and then you're just going to sew it up on each side. And that's really it for your top, unless you want to go back and hem the bottom and hem the neckline and hem the arms to really make it look professional and clean. Like on this crop top I made, I did go ahead and hem each edge. So I did a zigzag stitch. As you can see, I folded it over and I made the edges nice and pretty. I did it on the armholes and the neck hole, and I did it on the bottom edge of the shirt. But since we're using t-shirt material, that is optional, because with t-shirt material, it really does look fine unhemmed. This is what you should be left with. You have your top You have your sleeves left over, and make sure you keep those because you're going to use those for your shorts. And then you have the bottom section of your shirt, which is going to be the material for your shorts. For the shorts, what I did was I made my own pattern piece out of newspaper by tracing a pair of pre-existing shorts that I got from the store. And these are just a regular pair of athletic, like Sophie or Sophie shorts, whatever they're called. Just your basic pair of elastic waistband shorts. And if you see here, it has this kind of like an L shape. And that's the shape that I traced on to the newspaper so that I knew what kind of shapes I needed to cut out of my fabric. And what you do is you just fold it over until you see just that L shape. And basically you just fold them in half to where you just see one panel of the shorts. You're going to trace that onto some newspaper, and make sure you're using some shorts that fit you because this is going to be for you, so you're trying to get your size and your shape right. And I just trace that onto some newspaper, and this is going to be my pattern to make my new shorts. And you're going to need 4 pieces that look just like this because you need one for your right butt cheek, your left butt cheek, your right front, and your left front. So shorts are made out of 4 pieces. They all pretty much look the same. Just for the back, you might want to make them a little bit longer because your butt is bigger than your front, so you need the back to be a little bit bigger. But you can use the same piece for the front and the back. And then for the waistband part of our shorts, that's where the sleeves are going to come in. So for right now, you just need to cut out this shape from the bottom piece of your shirt. And remember, you need 4 pieces that look just like this. So the easiest way to do that is to take the bottom half of your shirt, which is already doubled up because of the way that the shirt is, and just fold it in half again. That way you do have 4 layers of fabric to work with, and then place your shorts pattern on there like that. And as you can see, it's hanging off the top because this is actually where the waistband is going to be. So that's another separate piece of fabric that we're going to be sewing on. So you don't really have to worry about that part. Just make sure you line it up like this. This becomes your waistband later on, and that's how you can cut it out. So just in case you're lost right now, this is the section of the shorts that we're cutting out. This is the part that's hanging off the edge right now, but we're going to be making this part out of the sleeves. See how there's a seam right there? That's a separate thing, so that's why it's okay if that part hangs off. Now you should have a stack of 4 pieces that look just like this. What you're going to do is cut your sleeves off right where it was connected to your shirt, and then also cut it along here so that you end up with one long strip. So after cutting apart both sleeves, this is the fabric that I'm left with, and it actually gives you quite a bit of fabric to work with. What we're going to be doing is making the waistband part of the shorts out of this length of fabric. And one sleeve is not going to be enough to fit around your waist because, I mean, it is a sleeve. It's meant to go around your arm, not your waist. But 2 sleeves connected together should be enough to go around the narrowest part of your waist. Because these are a high-waisted short, it is going to be a smaller waistband than regular shorts because you should be smaller on your high waist rather than your low waist. So you shouldn't really have to worry about not having a long enough waistband. But if this doesn't look like enough fabric for your pant size, just keep that in mind and remember that you may have to use a larger size shirt. Rather than a medium, you might have to use a large size shirt or an extra large shirt just to make sure that you have enough fabric to work with for your size. So now that I've trimmed off the excess, this is what I'm left with. I have 2 nice rectangles that are folded in half, like I said, and we are going to connect them on the ends so that we end up with one nice long strip, which is going to be our waistband. So what you're going to do is you're going to sew these together, and then you're going to wrap it around your waist, measure it, and then sew it together again, basically creating a belt that is the perfect size for your waist. So I went ahead and sewed my rectangles together to create a belt that is the perfect size for my waist. Make sure that you measure this around yourself because you need this to fit snugly around your waist. And your waist is basically the area where your belly button is. So wrap this around yourself like a belt to make sure of how long it needs to be, how tight it needs to be, and sew it accordingly into a circle or into a belt or into a waistband, whatever you want to call it. And as you can see, when I sewed mine together, I just sewed one end, wrapped it around myself to see how tight I needed to sew the other end. And I needed to sew it this tight, so I had this much extra. So I just sewed it, and now I can just trim this off. And now I will have a waistband, which is going to be the top of my shorts, and it's going to be my perfect size. So we're going to put our waistband to the side for a moment, and we're just going to focus on the main portion of our shorts. So we have 4 pieces of these. What you're going to do is you're going to take 2 at a time because you want to make one side at a time, I guess. And you are going to put 2 of them right sides together. That means the pretty sides of the fabric are going to be kissing. Right now the ugly sides are kissing. If you sew it like this, you are going to mess it up and your shorts are going to be inside out. So put it right sides together. We are going to sew a straight line on the shortest part of the L, which is right here. So you're just going to connect these together. Sew a straight line right here. This is the side seam of your shorts. This is where your hip bone is. And this is the crotch of your shorts. And this is the bottom of your shorts, and this is the top of your shorts. You're going to repeat that same thing on the other 2 pieces as well. So you should have sister pieces, one that's facing this way and one that's facing that way, and it will look something like this. You have your stitched up short sides and your stitched up long sides. So basically what we're working with right now is our right side, or our right leg, and our left leg. Its front edge creates that line that goes down the middle in the front, and this back edge and this back edge creates your butt crack line, for lack of a better word. And then when it's all together, this is the edge that we are going to be attaching our waistband to. Okay, so to connect the crotch line / butt crack line, which is the curved part that I was talking about, what we're going to do is we're going to turn our 2 pieces to the right side, and we're going to work with that short section that we sewed together, and we're going to take both of those sections and we're going to kiss them together. Right where the lines are, we're going to kiss those 2 sewed lines together like so. Then you're going to want to pin that together. Make sure you line up the 2 lines perfectly. And what you're going to do is keep kissing. So you just work from either side out. So you connected it like that. And you're just going to keep kissing. So move your way down in one direction and pin it again. So now you're moving your way up that curved line, and then keep kissing and pin it again, and pin in this direction. Kiss it together and pin, and keep going until you reach the end once again. And what we have created, if you hold it normally, we have pinned the crotch line / butt crack line that I was talking about. So if you lay it out, it actually starts looking like a pair of shorts now. So I just sewed that line all the way down in one go. I started at one end and I sewed down. I passed up that original short stitch where we originally kissed them together. Keep going until you get to the other end, and you can take the pins out. So this is what you should have. You should have your shorts and you should have your waistband already assembled, and now you just need to connect your waistband to your shorts. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect this loose edge of the waistband, not the folded edge, but this loose edge. to this edge of the pants. And don't worry if it looks like your waistband is too small for your shorts. That is usually the case because you want your waistband to kind of pull your shorts in and kind of make them tighter. So don't worry about that. But what we're going to do is we're going to pin the waistband to the shorts and sew it on, and then that's pretty much it. So in order to pin our waistband onto our shorts, we're going to turn our waistband back inside out. So now we have our ugly edges showing on both sides, but we're going to leave our shorts right side out. So your waistband's inside out, your shorts are still right side out. And you are going to take your waistband and put it around your whole shorts. So put your shorts inside the waistband. Make sure that the folded edge of your waistband is facing down. The raw edge is facing up to match up with the raw edge of your shorts. So you're just going to put your shorts inside the waistband like that. And then it should be like this, wrapped around the top edge. Now you're just going to match up the edge of your waistband with the edge of your shorts and pin it together. And you want to match up the seams. So you have a seam on your waistband, you have a seam on your shorts. You want to match those up so it looks nice. So just make sure you pin it evenly, and once it's all pinned on there, what you should have is a flipped down waistband that's pinned to your shorts, so that after you sew it, you flip up your waistband and then it looks right. So this is what it looks like when the waistband is pinned around the shorts. You're going to have to use a lot of pins to make sure it's evenly pinned on there nicely. And make sure you stretch the waistband to match the size of the shorts when you're pinning it. You want to stretch everything into place so that everything matches up perfectly. So after I've sewn it up and flipped the waistband the right way, we have a completed pair of shorts. And like I said before, if you want to go back and fold over the raw edges and hem it, if you want a nice clean edge on the leg opening, you can do that. And you can do the same thing for the openings on your shirt. But for me, I don't think it's too important to do that, but you definitely can if you want to. So here is the finished product. And to me, this looks like something that could be used for athletic purposes. I probably wouldn't just wear this on a regular day because obviously it just kind of, it's not your just average everyday outfit, but you can adjust it to be an everyday outfit just by using a bigger shirt, therefore allowing yourself more fabric. Therefore you can make the top longer, the shorts higher, and then you could probably wear it every day because you won't be showing as much skin. But since I was only using a medium-sized shirt, I had to make a smaller outfit. But this small version of the outfit could very well be used for something like cheer. I think you could definitely go to cheer practice in something like this and be able to say that you made your own practice uniform pretty much. And yeah, so what I did was I cut my neckline off, and then I cut mine into a racer back in the back, and my bra strap is probably showing, but I made it into a racerback style just by, basically I looked at another tank top and I just copied how they cut it. And then this is how the shorts are. And look at that. And you can see it has the waistband, and these are stretchy. The whole thing is stretchy because just a regular normal t-shirts are just stretchy by themselves, so you don't need to add elastic or anything. And yeah, so this is the finished product. You went from a plain t-shirt to something that looks nothing like a t-shirt, and like I said, you just kind of have to play around with it and try different techniques to get it how you want it, because like I said, you might want yours to be longer, or you might want your shorts to be more high-waisted or whatever, but just keep in mind how much fabric you're going to need, and you might want to get an extra large t-shirt instead of a medium t-shirt. I will be selling outfits like these on Custom Thrift. ShopCustomThrift.com is my website where you can buy things that I make like this. So definitely check that out if you want to see what types I'm selling. And if you have a t-shirt in your closet and you want it to be made into this type of outfit, but you don't think that you have the skills to follow this tutorial, feel free to email me and you can send me your shirt and I will make it for you. And that way you know it's going to come out right. Just in case you're a little nervous to do it by yourself, I do custom orders. You'll just have to send me the shirt and then I'll make it for you and I'll send it back. That's the way I'm doing my custom orders from now on, actually, is I'm going to have everyone have to send me something to make it out of, because people are like, well, can you just go to the store and find me a shirt and then make it? And that's just too difficult for me. So if you want a custom order, you have to send me the stuff in order to make it, and then I'll make it and I'll send it back to you. So I will put my email down below in the down bar in case you want to email me about getting one of these custom made for you. Other than that, like I said, check out my boutique, and if not, then I hope you try making it yourself. And if you do try making it yourself, make sure to take a picture and post it on Instagram and tag me in it so I can see it. And yeah, so I hope you guys learned something from this tutorial or got inspired. You can always change it up for your own way. And that's it. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.